Good morning to all of you. Today I will continue with the chapter number 6, that is line and angles, and we will continue with the part second. So just I am recalling some previous point related with the part first. In my previous video I told you about some basic terms and definitions of line and angles, and today we will continue with some theorems related with line and angles. So as you see here, theorem number first is, if two lines intersect each other, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. So how can we say it is possible? If you see, one diagram is there where AB and CD are two lines intersecting each other at point O, and this point O is known as point of intersections. So how can we will prove, and how can we will give the proof of these theorems? So all of you see here, first we will start with the given part. Two lines AB and CD intersect each other at a point O. As I told, these are the two lines. When they are intersecting each other at point O, so one point will generate. That point is known as point of intersection. So we can say here this point O is known as intersection point or point of intersection. What we have to prove? The vertically opposite angles are equal. As you see in this diagram, angle AOC is vertically opposite angle to angle BOD, or we can say DOB, and one more pair is there, angle BOC is vertically opposite angle to angle AOD. So either we say AOD or DOA, both are same thing. So these two angles we have to prove. So what is the proof? How can we will prove that these are equal? So if you see this diagram, what is OC? OC is a ray, and this OC is stand on this line AB. And if we see here, there are two angles. One is angle AOC and another one is angle BOC. So it is written here, ray OC stand on line AB. So as we see here, OC stand on this line AB, and two angles are there, angle AOC plus angle BOC. If we will add these two angles, their sum becomes 180 degree as per the concept of linear pair axiom. So earlier I told you what is the meaning of linear pair. If the sum of two angles is equivalent to 180 degree and both the angles are adjacent angle, then we can say we will go through with linear pair. As you see here, angle AOC and BOC both are adjacent angles because one common arm is there. O is the common vertex, and OA and OB are non-common arm. So we can say the sum of these two angles is equivalent to 180 degree with the help of linear pair axiom, and we denoted this equation as equation number first. Now we will come to the next point. Again, ray OB stand on line CD. If you see this line CD, so what is OB? OB is again a ray, and we can say again there are two angles BOC and BOD. Both are the adjacent angle, and their sum becomes 180 degrees. So we will write angle BOC plus angle BOD becomes 180 degree due to again linear pair axiom as I told earlier. So with the help of these two equations, if we see these two equations, their RHS part are equal. So it means left hand side will also equal, so that we will write angle AOC plus angle BOC becomes angle BOC plus angle BOD, and now we will cancel these two, because if you see angle BOC lie both the sides, so we will cancel it, so that we will get angle AOC equals to angle BOD. That's why we can say that these two angles, angle AOC, if we are taking in this way, angle AOC is equivalent to angle BOD. Or similarly, if we want to prove this, angle AOD is equivalent to angle BOC, that is also possible with the help of same procedure. So it means in these theorems we can say if two lines intersect each other, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. So this is the proof of such type of theorems. So some another theorems will also there. if you see in your NCERT book, there are 4 to 5 theorems are there, and these all theorems are related with given, prove and proof. It means we have to make the diagram and we have to tell how can we say these angles are equal to each other. Now we will continue with our next theorem, theorem number 2. Theorem is, if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. So how can we will say it is possible? So with the help of this theorem, I will explain to you. If you see this diagram, AB and CD, both are parallel lines and one transversal line is there. It is represented by small r, and when this transversal line intersect these two parallel lines at point P and Q, then how can we will say कि when a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. So what is the meaning of alternate interior angles? So first we will come to on the word interior angles. So as you see in this diagram, angle 3, angle 4, angle 6 and angle 5. These are interior angles because all these 4 angles lie between these two lines AB and CD. And one more thing is there, AB is parallel to CD and the intersection point is there P and Q. When this transversal line L intersect AB and CD line as P and Q point, then we can say AB and CD both are parallel. So how can we will say that these alternate interior angles is equal? So what is given to us that AB is parallel to CD and a transversal small r cuts AB at P and CD at Q and make two pairs of alternate interior angles, that is angle 3 and angle 5 and angle 4 and angle 6. As you see here in this diagram, this is the shape of Z. So we can say this angle 3 is equivalent to angle 5 and this angle 4 is equivalent to angle 6. For more detail, how can we will give the proof of this? It is given here. So first we will write here what we have to prove. We have to prove angle 3 equals to angle 5 and angle 4 equals to angle 6. So how can we will say this? So this is the proof part. We have angle 1 equals to angle 3. If you see angle 1 and angle 3, both are vertically opposite angle and we will denote by equation number first. Then you see in second step angle 1 is equivalent to angle 5. Here we are taking angle 1 and angle 5. So angle 1 lie above the line AB and angle 5 lie above the line CD. So this is the concept of corresponding angle. From equation first and second, if we see in the equation first and second, both the LHS sides are equal. So we can say from equation first and second, their RHS part are also equal. That's why angle 3 is equivalent to angle 5. With the same concept, if we are talking about angle 1 and 3, so definitely we will also talk about angle 2 and 4. Both are vertically opposite angle as per the concept of vertical opposite angles. So we can say angle 2 and angle 4 both are equal due to vertical opposite angles. And we can say angle 2 and angle 6 both are corresponding angles because angle 2 lie above the line AB and angle 6 also lie above the line CD. So with the help of this third and fourth equation, we can say if the LHS sides are equal, then RHS sides are also equal. So that we will write here the angle 4 and angle 6 are also equal. So if you see here, the angle 3 is equivalent to angle 5 and angle 4 is also equivalent to angle 6. That's why we can say if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. And what is angle 3, 5, 4 and 6? These all are the part of interior. These all angles lie between the line AB and CD. So with the help of given and proof, we will easily prove the proof part of this theorem number 2. After this theorem number 2, we will continue with our theorem number 3. I am continuing with the theorem number 3. If a transversal intersect two lines such that a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, then the two lines are parallel. So this time we have to show that lines are parallel when alternate interior angles are equal. So what is given to us कि a transversal R intersect two lines AB and CD at points P and Q respectively. So if you see in this diagram, this is the transversal line and it is indicated by small r, and AB and CD both are two lines, and this time we have to prove that this AB line is parallel to CD line if these two angles or these two pairs of angles are equal. That is your alternate interior angle. Angle 3 is equivalent to angle 5 and angle 4 is equivalent to angle 6. Why they are alternate interior angle? Because Z shape is there. That's why we can say these are alternate interior angles. If you are saying this way, or this is also the shape of Z. So we will write as a given कि a transversal R intersect two lines AB and CD at points P and Q respectively such that angle 3 equals to angle 5 and angle 4 equals to angle 6, and what we have to prove कि angle AB is parallel to CD. So how can we will give the proof of this theorem number third? So how can we will start? First we will write कि we have angle 3 equals to angle 5, that is alternate interior angle if it is given to us, but with one more pair of angle and angle 3 and angle 1. If you see angle 3 and angle 1, 3 and angle 1, this is your vertically opposite angle. So if we take the help of equation number first and second, then we can say their left hand side are equal, so their right hand side are also equal. That's why we can say angle 1 is equivalent to angle 5. So either you take angle 3 or angle 5, or you will take angle 4 or angle 6. If you are taking angle 4 and 6 here, so definitely on that time you have to take angle 2 and angle 4 and vertical opposite angle. But we are continuing with angle 3 and angle 5. That's why we will take angle 3 and angle 1 as a vertical opposite angle. And if you see, both the left hand side are equal, so the right hand side are also equal here. But these are corresponding angle, because as per the property of corresponding angle we know very well, angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 1 lie above the line AB and angle 5 above the line CD. So here we will apply the concept of corresponding angles. So if we are saying the angle 1 is equivalent to angle 5, it means we are discussing about the corresponding angle. And if we are discussing about the corresponding angle, then with the help of converse of corresponding angle adjacent, we can say these two lines are parallel. It means angle 1 is equivalent to angle 5, and if we apply here the converse of corresponding angle adjacent, so definitely we can say these two lines are parallel. Otherwise it is not possible. And this theorem number third is also known as converse of theorem number second. So I hope with the help of these three theorems, theorem number first, second and third, it is very easy for all of you to express कि how can we will say कि when a transversal line intersect two other lines, then they are parallel. It means as per this theorem, when a transversal line intersect A, B and CD, then we can say AB and CD both are parallel. So with the help of theorem number first, second and third, you will explain any theorems with the help of given, proof, and then you will get proof. So in my next video, definitely I will tell some more theorems with the help of given, proof, so that you will easily give the proof of any type of theorem. Thank you very much.